Hello, my name is Mootcholos Tucci. I am from the Mootcholos First Nations. I am the mind that brought you the Sober Summer Team 2010, 2011, and 2012, the West Coast Youth Council, Sober Winter 2013, the West Coast Youth Conference 2011, and Evening with the Sober Summer Team, the West Coast Youth Retreats 1 and 2, the Z-Team Youth Speech Campaign, and now, me and my team are bringing you a new leadership development program called the Z-Team Initiative. This new leadership training and development program, the Z-Team Initiative, is an unprecedented combination of First Nations, current business, corporate, and military leadership. A plethora of skills were strung together meticulously into our 5-day curriculum that takes place outdoors. Our daily lessons and practices provide you with skills and tools for designing, deciding, delivering, and executing any and every plan in your life. By week's end, ye shall be mighty prepared, invigorated, empowered, and knowledgeable of your true potential and even the course you take then. We aim to eliminate the negative effects of abnormalities of colonization, and we aim to restore native pride from time immemorial and begin a new era. Initiative definition: the power to act or take charge before others do. A fresh approach to something. An act or strategy intended to resolve a difficulty or improve a situation. The ability to assess and initiate things independently. When we first started the Z-Team as a youth council back in 2010, I can't deny that we did some amazing things, but obviously we were missing something. We lasted 2 years before it all imploded, so now we're bringing it back. We need to approach our identity with important details in order to have longevity. I drew up the new shield with the medicine wheel colors. We've incorporated the 4 colors and their representatives into our identity. Black stands for physical health. We started the Sober Summer Team and the Sober Winter Challenge. There are other challenges that we promote, such as the 90-day No Pop Challenge. Our new leadership training program is delivered and taught by a military commanding officer. So we have a very military-influenced regimen. So we've absolutely taken physical health into account as well. Yellow, emotional. Being a leader, there are only a few acceptable and applicable emotions. With experience over the years, I've sorted through a lot of emotions that I've brought to meetings and events. You have to know what to leave at home. And if you're overwhelmed with emotions, then it's best to check yourself out of an event. I've unfortunately been in that situation before and wrote a lengthy apology to my team. Thankfully, they were very understanding. So it's very important to be aware of your emotions and ask yourself if you could take them effectively into your role in leadership or participation. Always respect your emotions and the situations that they affect. Take the emotional aspect into account. White stands for mental health. Mental health is something I've never really maintained. After graduation, I was very desperate and anxious to find and live up to my dream lifestyle. I've been to the psychiatric ward, I've been on suicide watch, I've gone fasting on a secluded island by myself, and I've been quite a handful for my loved ones. I haven't thought about or made an attempt on my life in nearly 2 years. Now I have a will to live. I'm much more calm, I can cope better, and life is much less stressful. So I personally have taken the mental aspect of leadership into account. And the last color in the medicine wheel stands for spiritual health. There's no denying our grandparents, ancestors, land, local animals, all of our aunties and uncles' spirituality. In every ceremony, every tradition, every story, and our entire existence in the belief system, as well as our history, is very spiritual. It teaches us respect and discipline. So our new training program includes some top secret super native ceremonies. We've taken each aspect and color of the medicine wheel into account. We've integrated it into our new identity so that when the time comes to launch this program, the stars align and we become our own. We become our own stars, guiding other young minds and spirits along the right path. The Z Team Initiative. We are in control. We are built to withstand the storms. The term grassroots movement means we've built our house. We built our house from the hole in the ground we were once stuck in, from the foundation around it comprised of our ancestors' teachings, from the walls we've built to protect us from jerks who want to tear it down, from the windows of opportunity we create for our youth. We're going to throw our native songs on and raise the roof. Don't think you're allowed into our house without respecting it. I am of the belief that my only regret in life will be the words I've never said. I have no problem telling the truth or hearing it, whether or not it's respectful, whether or not it's fair. I'm not very popular with most people, but at the end of the day, at least I'm an honest man. I've suffered enough lies, fake lifestyles, and broken promises. So, I'm an honest man.
So, Mootcholos, I've seen some interesting pictures on your Instagram and Facebook about declaring war on res life. Care to elaborate on that?
Well, I'll let you know that I've since scrapped that idea and that approach for my new leadership training program.
Why is that?
It offended certain people.
Offended who?
Well, people who are proud of being from the res. They pointed out to me things that I failed to recognize. I guess there are certain positive aspects of res life. That's something I'm very good at, is only seeing the negatives. But, for me, honestly, I didn't see many or any positives from growing up on the res. Besides, obviously becoming very resilient and strong. I must acknowledge that positivity, but I absolutely will not pretend I was or am happy about it. I refuse to bring my future children into this community. No offense, but I must break some sort of cycle here. In my eyes, in my heart, being 1 in 4 natives graduating, the alcoholism, wannabe gangs, the suicide rates, teen pregnancy, crime, and all the drugs. All of these things are abnormalities of colonization, issues brought up in res life. Nobody wants to say these things because it's the res, because it's very, very personal. These are all caused by the reservation system, the residential schools, and the hundreds of laws that took our native way of life and native pride. So I am of the belief that we've reached a generation where we can say this is no longer acceptable as a lifestyle, and where we can move on from the pain suffered by our families from the 60s onward and really break that cycle, break away from the mistaken titles, and break away from the negative statistics of our nations. So this native pride versus res life war, it's something I want. It's something I absolutely do want. But I have to respect certain people's opinions about res life. I have to respect their complacency.